what are some good examples of Celtic tattoos, either historical or modern day? And do they make you guys cringe, or are they okay in our book? So what do you think of Celtic tattoos, the state of the union of Celtic tattoos?
Celtic tattoos. Let's expand it out a little bit and say Celtic tattoos, Nordic tattoos.
Going full back piece.
Indeed. Yes, just our lion.
Max
logo.
rolling up his sleeve.
Yeah.
Showing off.
I'm for the most part all for it. It's one of those things where it is in the same way that I'm all for you wearing the tartan you want, because it's your personal outward expression of your heritage, and nobody should tell you, you're not allowed to wear this thing or that thing because that is your personal, opinion. That's your personal expression. I feel somewhat the same way about, tattoos. It's, if I want to get a Celtic cross on my upper arm, or if I want to have something, I visited a particular place in Ireland, I don't want to have a map with a little star on it, or if I want to have my family crest, or if I want to have my clan crest from my clan with the belt around it, or if I want to have a ski and do tattooed on my leg. There's a lot of different cool Celtic tattoos, and I'm fine with, or Nordic tattoos as well. For the most part, I'm fine with people getting whatever they want as a tattoo. Is there anything that's beyond, though, that you shouldn't get?
My only thinking along those lines is you don't want the design to be too trendy, which is a point you had made when we talked about this. My other thought would be if you decide to do something that is, for instance, written in Olgam, it's actually pronounced Olm, or Gaelic, make sure you know what the heck it says.
You vet your source multiple times.
Or if you're coming from the Nordic standpoint like I am, make sure that you very, very clearly understand what the runes you're getting put on your body say. Things like that. Understand what your design means before you commit to it. That'd be my only advice. And don't go for anything that's particularly trendy this year.
Yeah.
The classic example that you've used is
the tribal bands.
Tribal bands from the 90s.
Yeah. It should be something that this is general tattoo thing as well. Don't just go, "Ooh, I like that thing. I want that here." And go pick something off a wall, the flash wall at the artist shop, tattoo shop. Pick something and then put it on the fridge, look at it, think about it for a couple weeks. Make sure you want the thing on your body. And again, make sure it's not the trendy thing. Or if it is a trendy thing, hopefully it's a trendy thing you've been thinking about for a while, and you're going to, in 20, 30 years, when everyone else is getting theirs lasered off, or, it's something that you're still proud to have. It's a thing that means something for you beyond the trend.
Yeah.
So a tribal band, it looks cool in 1997, but now you're looking at it, you're like, what were you thinking, dude? Because it's just, black barbed lines going around your arm. So I'd say, make sure it actually means something, and there's something there other than it was just a cool thing I saw once and decided to put it on my arm. You don't want to be, I'll put it this way, you don't want to be embarrassed explaining why you picked it to someone.
And yet I know from people who are Inkaholics, sometimes they'll say that they don't have regrets because, hey, it was trendy then, but it represents who I was at that time. So it's part of my personal history.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
This is the caveat I will give it. Good point.
Yeah.
This is the caveat I will give it. If it is your first or one of like 2 or 3 tattoos you plan on having and stopping, make sure it's not trendy. If you're getting a full sleeve and this one thing is incorporated into the full sleeve and your back piece and the chest piece, and but this one element is trendy, then cool. You have other things to talk about other than this one freaking design on your arm.
Right.
So
I think and if you're serious about this, you should be working with an artist closely and coming up with a design over time before they ever even pick up the needle. That's the journey. Right? I mean, those of you who have tattoos, this. I mean, it's a evolution of the design and an experience. Because you're talking potentially spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars and hours in the chair to get something that's really amazing. So work with an artist
that you're going to have for the rest of your life.
Yeah. I mean, in defense of Flash, I do have a friend who goes to a metal punk show in Florida every year called Fest, and he's gotten a flash tattoo every year he goes, and it's just his history of going to the event, and it's stupid little cartoon flash things. Like he's got one of like Bender the robot smoking a cigar. It's stupid, but the point is, that's part of the vibe of the event, and it's his, again, personal history record of going and enjoying it every year.
This is my sleeve of stupid shit.
a lot of people are into Flash these days.
I get it.
Especially people who don't have much of a budget.
Yeah. No.
So there is something to be said for Flash.
And I'm not saying that Bender is a bad idea. If you love Futurama, if you have a particular love for a show, I'm not throwing shade on you for that. Like, that's fine, because it means something to you, and you enjoy it that much. You want to put it on your body. We had a guy at one point in our history. We did before our logo was this. We had Celtic lions on a shirt, like in the upper chest of the shirt, and it had like zoomorphic body between them, and then lion head here and lion head there. And a guy got a full chest tattoo of that design, and I was just like, "Wow, dude, that's freaking commitment."
Yeah.
So I'd say, yes, it just should mean something to you, or you work with an artist who means something to you, and you're telling them your story and letting them kind of create the thing. If you have the mindset of, I am the canvas and I want this artist to do this thing, and work with them on a story, that'd be awesome. Like if I got a tattoo, if I got more tattoos, I'd probably get something from like Doug at Celtic Hammer Club.
Right.
If you're looking for a great Nordic Celtic type artist, check out Celtic Hammer Club. Doug is an awesome individual as well as an amazing artist.
Yep.
And he designs tattoos for people. But there are a lot of really cool tattoo artists that will draw their own stuff, or they'll take somebody else's design and put it on you.
Now, what do you think of tartan in tattoos? I've seen it done really well and seen it done really badly.
Tartan as a tattoo, I would say 95% of the time is done horribly. Mm-hmm. I've seen it done well.
Yeah.
Like once, maybe twice. And it's not a sliding scale of like, well, half the time it's okay, and nope, it's either great or it sucks. So there is no in between with trying to do tartan as a tattoo design. Mm-hmm. It's either good or it's bad. So, and that's with like a lot of A's, and it's bad.
So you're not gonna get a kilt tattooed around like your.
I don't want the scoring tattooed. No tattoos in this area. No needles in that area.
You know what I would say a compromise would be? I mean, there's lots of cool tattoos out there that are clan crests and stuff like that, or mottos.
Yeah.
Maybe you try and incorporate the colors of the tartan into a design like that rather than the actual tartan itself. You know what I mean? So it's kind of complimentary or a nod to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm kind of, here's me being nervous Nelly. I am more anti-tartan as tattoo than pro, from an aspect of it's on your body, dude. If you've seen an artist do it and they have a track record and it's the tattoo artist who does tartan tattoos, great, have at it, go to them. If you've seen their work and they've never done tartan as a tattoo, nope. Run away. I would not do it without seeing it having been done on somebody else first. I do not trust anyone that much. Yeah, but I like the idea of a clan crest as a representation of your heritage, or just other objects as a representation of heritage. I think there's some cool like Pictish type designs. Now
I'm biased in favor of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's Pictish stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really cool Nordic stuff. I mean, the Book of Kells, in and of itself is beautiful knotwork designs. But it is very much, again, of a particular time. I would almost say trendy to the 800s. If you look at, a lot of their designs, like the dragon or the lions that are in the Book of Kells, they look like Chinese New Year's dragons. Mm-hmm. So like our logo is inspired by Book of Kells type designs, but it's not a lion from the Book of Kells, because it doesn't, that one animal just feels a little off to me.
One animal.
I know. Max over there nodding his head over there.
Yep.
So yeah, what other designs, Nordic or otherwise? Mac, you have tattoos. Let's all talk about tattoos. So what tattoo do you have, if any, Celtic or not, and or what would you not get it, and or what would your next tattoo be?
The one I have is a Celtic cross. It's at the Tree of Life in it. It's one of the McHarp crosses we had downstairs.
Okay.
I took one of those, it also has the
Initials of one of your friends.
It has initials of friends who passed away, and it also has the Trinity on it as well. So there's a few reasons I particularly went for that one for that reason. Along those lines, the next one I do plan on getting, I'm looking more at like a PA Dutch one, like more of like a Disselfink.
Okay.
Going that direction. But if I was going the other direction, going in more of a Celtic one, I definitely would go see our friend Doug. He's got some stuff.
Doug, you owe us commissions, by the way.
Yes, from the Pink Hammer Club.
Pink Hammer Club.
Every time I heard the business, I just think of that song for some reason. But that's kind of where I'm leaning. Is more. I've always liked the zoomorphic stuff, so I definitely would lean that way.
Yeah. Yep.
What's your next one? We all have tattoos.
Well, that's it. The question is how much am I willing to spend? Because I actually did have Doug design a piece for me that I was gonna do, and
this is not product placement for Doug, by the way. It just happens to be.
Yeah,
he's a good artist.
But that I was going to share with my sisters also.
Okay.
To represent the family back, because we were all in the SCA years ago. We had a heraldic device that represented the family, and it was basically two towers and a wyvern above it. So I had him draw it up for me as two Viking longhouses. Here, international symbol for Viking longhouse right here. There you go.
Just like that.
So two of those, and then this wyvern done in Nordic Celtic knotwork floating above it. And I was going to get that.
Okay.
Back piece is what it really should be, but that'd be a little much for back piece.
Yeah.
But
it's got to be a lot of detail.
That's why I haven't done it yet. I haven't pulled the trigger because. Yeah.
Now mine, we're doing some cool zoomorphic stuff with Doug. Again, spoilers.
Yeah.
And one of the things we did with him, we actually shot a video in my office a few days ago for some products that are coming out soon, and we got one of the designs, and I was just like, that needs to be an arm tattoo. I don't know. There's a lot of cool stuff coming out.
If you get that tattooed on yourself, we are totally filming it.
Sure.
That is content.
Yeah. 100%. That's fine.
Okay. We have several artists in the area that I could recommend also.
Yeah, I know. My artist is up in Massachusetts. That's my only problem. My guy.
No, we got
so
I got
to find somebody local.
Here.
Yeah. No. I recognize there are good artists elsewhere. Like my friend Frank is over in Doylestown, but he's more like trad style. He's not,
Right.
Artists have different, things that they specialize in. So I'd want someone who specializes in particular things. Okay. That's a very, very long answer for a very short question. But yes.
That's a fun topic.
We need more tattoos of Celtic Nordic stuff. Agreed.
Sure.
Should Rocky get a full sleeve tattoo? And should it be color or black and white? Let me know.
Hey, thank you for watching. As you may have guessed, the content that we generate comes from these shows and your questions. So if you have a question for us, tell us in the comments what you want us to talk about. And if you want other ideas about kilts and culture, be sure to check out our Facebook group, Kilts and Culture, on Facebook, obviously.